Hey everyone, this is Manya, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you another one of those Peloton reviews, but instead of a ride, this time I'm going to review the brand new Peloton Pilates. So if that interests you, stay tuned. So Peloton released Pilates about 2 weeks ago with a big splash. I had a hard time finding it in the app after they stopped pushing the marketing at me. So what I'm doing here is showing you how to find it. It's under strength training, and then you want to select class type, and there you will find Pilates. Sometimes they bury these things. For example, if you've ever looked for the foam rolling classes and you cannot search in the app. So that's how to find it. And you can see that there are quite a few classes already loaded into Pilates, which is great. I chose to do a 20-minute Emma Lovewell beginner Pilates class. Now, about 2 days ago, I started with an Emma Lovewell intro to Pilates, 10-minute, just to make sure that I could manage to do it on camera with you guys, and felt pretty good. So that's why I decided to do a 20-minute. All in all, I thought it was very accessible. Now, before I go on, let me give you a little background about me. I am a 45-year-old woman, and I would consider myself to be moderately in shape. I do exercise 5 times a week, but I don't do a lot of strength training. I love cardio. So I use the Peloton bike quite a bit, and I follow the Power Zone challenges, and then I occasionally run outside and walk outside, but I almost never do strength training. I don't like it. And I got tennis elbow a couple of years ago, and every time I try and do strength training or even yoga anymore, it flares up again. So I'm pretty scared of it. I did practice pretty vigorous hot yoga for about 15 years. That's probably how I developed that injury, and I've just backed way off of that. So Pilates, not something I do on a regular basis. The pros of the Peloton Pilates classes: they have substantial options, which is really nice to see. When they dropped their dance cardio classes earlier this year, it was disappointing to realize that they only had about 4 classes. I wanted to try a bunch of different ones, and I did those 4, and then there were no more. And maybe they've added some now, but honestly, I'm fickle, and I got away from it, never went back and checked again. They have a nice mix of instructors, which is always really, really helpful. I don't like all the instructors. It's nothing personal. It's just sometimes I don't like all their personalities. I don't love a bunch of uplifting chatter. I like just pretty straightforward coaching. And so that was one of my things with the dance cardio is I like Cody. He's fine, but he's a little too cheerleader for me. So I like Emma Lovewell, which is why I selected her for this Pilates class. So if you don't like one of the instructors, there are plenty of options, which is nice. There's also a pretty nice mix of beginner, intermediate, and difficult. I think Pilates is fairly difficult, and so to be able to start with this beginner class, which felt accessible and I felt like I was successful, I think that was really important and really great. The cons, I would say, it's hard to find. Just like I said, the foam roller classes are hard to find. I worry Peloton is starting to stretch themselves a little too thin with too many offerings, and they're trying to maintain the same menu bar as they always have, and so things are getting lost in the mess of everything. And they're probably going to have to look at that pretty soon, or add a search bar onto the app for those of us who are using the app for these kind of classes. And then I hope that they start offering some shorter options. When I exercise, I try to keep it to about an hour. And if I do a 45-minute bike ride and a 5-minute stretch, I do not want to do a 20-minute Pilates class. And most of the offerings here were 15 minutes and longer. Maybe you don't get the benefits from 5 or 10 minutes, but I'm more likely to do them if they give me a shorter strength option. But all in all, I was pleased, and I would probably go back and try to start integrating Pilates into my routine. It was nice to do some core work. I'm not intense about this kind of thing, so every time I try and do a strength program or a core program, it's just overwhelming to me. And this was nice and accessible and not too long. So that is my review of Peloton Pilates. I hope you find it helpful before you go and invest your time in it. Let me know what other rides or programs you'd like me to try, and let me know what you think of Peloton Pilates.